Hello, 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 my sparkly ones. How are you today? My name's Sam and you're watching So Let's Sparkle with Sam, and today is Friday and this is my contribution to #FridaySews. Wow, it's Friday and I'm filming on a Friday for Friday Sews. Can't quite believe it. So the reason that you have me today is that I normally work on a Friday, which is why I find Fridays a bit challenging to fit everything in. But my lovely boss said that I could have the morning off today because I've done a lot of extra hours for her over the last couple of weeks for covering holidays and bits and pieces. So she said, how about just coming in the afternoon? So I took her up on it. So I've had a very busy morning already. And I have been finishing off my Mabel, my Tilly and the Buttons Mabel, which you can see in the background, that I've made in this beautiful kind of blue, red, white and a little bit of pink floral fabric, cotton lawn. And yeah, and it's really, really lovely. And it shears. One of the instructions at the beginning says to do a practice piece of shearing. And so I've got my little practice piece here. And it shears really beautifully. So I did do a little, when I first started sewing, I did have a go at shearing, but to be quite honest, I didn't really know what I was doing and I didn't have an awful lot of success with it. But I'd just kind of gone into it without really thinking about it. However, so when the Mabel came up, I was like, oh, I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to be able to do that. Is it going to be a bit too much of a challenge for me? But I just took my time, followed the instructions step by step, and actually I found it really easy. It came together really nicely. I think it's, you know, it's up there in one of my quickest and easiest tops to make actually. So yeah, if you are thinking about the Mabel, but you're perhaps a beginner sewer and you're worried about the shirring, don't worry about it. Take your time, read the instructions, go through it. You'll be good. You'll be fine. I'm sure of it. If I can do it, you can do it. Honestly, it was good. So yeah, so I've been finishing off that this morning because tomorrow I'd like to wear it for work. You know, it's coronation for our king. So yeah, there we go. Thought I'd wear that and a bit of celebration, a bit of red, white and blue kind of celebration. So that's what I've been up to this morning. What else have I been up to this morning? I'm just trying to think. Oh, I've been washing fabrics this morning because I have got some fabrics to show you. And yeah, so today is going to be a bit of a fabric haul, a bit of a makes, show you about a few makes that I've been making, and then a bit of general chit chat. And if you like the sound of that and you like listening about me made wardrobes and fabric and sewing tips and tutorials, then feel free to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, because that really, really helps me out. So yes, so that's what I've been up to this morning, and that's really been my day. So this week, what's been happening this week? Mainly work, to be fair, but I have had a couple of evenings that I've been able to do sewing. So I started my Mabel earlier in the week, and then I've just had time to finish that off this morning. And then yeah, I've been doing a few other bits and pieces makes, some makes for family, a couple that are gifts, and then a few makes to kind of help me grow my made wardrobe. I've been thinking about my made wardrobe a lot this week, and that is also what pushed me to make my fabric order this week. So my fabric haul is come from Pound Fabrics. Now, I haven't really done a lot of shopping at Pound Fabrics, but a lot of the vlogs that I watch, I've noticed that people do buy from Pound Fabrics and they have some real bargains. And I want to do a little bit of experimenting with different types of fabric and different kind of looks from what I'm used to buying. Now, I tend to buy a bit with my heart and not with my head, and I just get a bit kind of seduced, if you like, by pretty things. And I'm sure a lot of people have that experience. I definitely do that a lot. And I think about it as being pretty to look at and not about whether I would wear it or not. So I thought I'd have a little look in Pound Fabrics, buy a few different types of fabric, and then I can really properly assess them to whether they're the type of fabrics that kind of I would wear, I'm going to wear often, and yeah, and also I've had quite a few patterns sent to me in the last couple of weeks, so I've got quite a few toiles that I want to make, and so that fabric will work fabulously for that. So yes, so would you like to see the fabrics? Of course you would. So before I get on too much into fabrics, I thought I'd just share with you how I organise my fabrics. So when my fabrics come in, I tend to wash them before I put them away. But if I've got a very busy week, I don't always get time to wash them all at the same time. So I have a little system that if they're folded neatly in my sewing room, then they've not been washed. Once they have been washed, they get rolled like this, and then they get tied with a neat little ribbon, and then I put one of these tags on, and then I'll show you a different tag, and then the tag will just look like this, and it'll say where I got the fabric from, what the fabric is, and how much of it there is. So for example, this one is Pound Fabrics, and it is a navy kangaroo double gauze, and I bought 2 meters. So yeah, so that's how I organize my fabrics once they are washed. But you'll notice when I'm showing you my fabrics today, some of them are all rolled up like this, which means they've been washed and they're ready to use, and some of them are just folded neatly, which means I've got some washing to do. So I don't know whether that's helpful to you, but that's how I organise my fabric, and I didn't know whether you might find that useful for you. I know there's lots of apps that you can use, and I think that maybe one day that might be something that I do, but at the moment this is working fine for me, and I'm kind of of the school, if it ain't broke, let's not fix it. So it works for me. So yeah, so the first fabric is this gorgeous double gauze with these gorgeous little Joey, kangaroo and Joey prints, and yeah, and I have bought this with the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie. I really wish she hadn't done 2 consecutive patterns with M and M, because Mabel and Marnie, I keep getting muddled up, and when people say Marnie, I've got Mabel in my head, and when people say maybe, I've got Mabel, I've got Marnie in my head. Hey ho. But I would like to make the Marnie, not the Mabel, out of this one, because I've seen a few people make it in the double gauze and it looks really nice and really comfortable, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with my kind of new vision of my Me Made wardrobe at the moment, is things that I'm actually going to wear, that I'm going to find comfortable, that I can wear every day. Yeah, so that's kind of my idea. So I've got 2 meters of it. On the pattern it said that you needed a bit more than 2 meters. I'm not very tall, so I'm sure I can get away with a bit less. Plus, I'm not going to go through all of the ruffles and frills and spills, because that's just not me. So yes, so I'm going to have a go at that, hopefully. And that's all washed and ready to go. So that's my first fabric. My next fabric is, now I really ummed and ahed before buying this one because I wasn't quite sure about it, but I haven't worked a lot with this fabric and I wanted to give it a go just to see what it was like to work with this fabric. So I have bought myself some denim. It is like a bronze star print on this indigo denim, and I bought 3 meters of it. And the reason that I bought 3 meters of it is that my plans for it, hopefully, maybe, if you all agree that this is a good idea, is some Heyday dungarees. I have the Heyday pattern. I've got it all cut out to my size, got the pattern traced out and cut out and everything. But something keeps stopping me making it, and I believe it's because I can't decide what fabric to make it from. I've kind of bought in the past a couple of funkier fabrics with the mind to make it with, and then I've ended up making something else out of them. So yeah, so I'm kind of a little bit apprehensive about making the Heydays. So I'm asking advice. Is the Heydays dungarees a good idea for making with denim? Do you know anyone that's made it with denim, made that pattern with denim? Does it look nice? What do you think? So yeah, so that's my kind of thinking at the moment. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. However, I'm obviously not going to waste this beautiful denim. If I decide not to make the Heydays, me and my daughter quite like a kind of midi length denim skirt, so I probably will end up making something like that out of that if I don't make the Heydays. So we will see. I'm just going to put that to the other side because I've got a bit of a conveyor belt of fabric going on here. So the next one is a lovely one. So it's this beautiful modal jersey, leopard print. Now, if you watched my Selfless Sew Makes video, which was my last video, I made some lovely pajamas for my daughter in the other colourway, and she came over yesterday. She always comes over on a Thursday for quiz night, and told me that they were the most comfortable pajamas that she has. So I have thought, right, originally I was going to make some pajamas for myself out of these, but I'm going to make them for my daughter because she finds them so comfortable, and at the end of the day it's just a nice thing to do. So I'm going to make her another pair of they were the Juno pajamas from Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. They were ever so simple to make, came together nice and quick and easy, and I just used some ribbing that I had left over. And actually I've got some pink ribbing, I've also got some navy ribbing, and can you see this little rusty cut? I've also got some rusty gold ribbing, so I definitely can use what I've got for those. So yeah, so that's my third fabric. So the next one is kind of 2-in-1 fabrics. I've only got one to show you, but I've actually bought 2 fabrics. So it's this beautiful Bordeaux Anglaise. I bought 2 meters of the white and 2 meters of the black. The reason I haven't got the black with me is because it's in my washing machine. But it's exactly the same as this, it's just black. And now I know that some of you that watch me regularly are going, Sam, did you know that fabric is white? Yes, I'm aware it is white, and I know I don't normally do white, but the summer's coming up, and you know, maybe I need a white top in my life. Maybe I do. And there's a lot of shirt patterns that I absolutely adore at the moment, and I'm a little bit frightened of making shirts. I don't really know why, but I'm a little bit frightened of it. So I thought I'd buy some fabric that I can do some kind of twirls out of. And if I don't make a shirt out of it, I'll probably end up making a dress for the summer. So that's my plans for that. Yeah, and also it was just a bit of a bargain. So it was £4 a metre, and I thought that was really, really good for Bordeaux Anglaise, and it's come, and it's beautiful quality. It's so soft and gorgeous. So and it's a fabric that I've never sewn with before, so you know, it ticked the box that I needed. So on to another fabric that I've never sewn with before. It's exciting, isn't it? All of these new things. Is this. Now this is seersucker, and I have never sewn with this before, but but you know, I'm willing to give anything a go once. It feels very bouncy. I don't know whether it's going to be quite bouncy to sew. I don't know whether it's going to move around like nobody's business and actually be quite tricky. So I'm a little bit unsure of what to make out of this, because I don't know whether to go for like an Old Faithful, something like a sagebrush top that I can make fairly easily, because I know it might be a tricky sew. Because one of the things that I'd like to do is make the sagebrush top into a dress. So that could be one option, unless you have a better idea. If you have some great pattern ideas for seersucker and go, oh, Sam, that would make a beautiful, fill this space, then let me know, because that will be really helpful. So yeah, so the next fabric is a fabric that I have worked with a lot before, because it is a cotton poplin. However, wait until you see it. This is so far out of my comfort zone, but I really like it. And actually, when I look in my wardrobe, these are the kind of prints that I wear. But when I looked at the fabric, I was thinking, well, would I wear that? And then I looked in my wardrobe and was like, yes, you would, Sam. This is what you wear. So here it is. It's called Island Life. And as you can see, it's got a bit of a Hawaiian feel to it. And I just know that I would wear this. You know, I just, you know, I embrace the fun. I like a bit of a fun fabric. And it's 3 meters of cotton poplin. And my first thought was to make a lyra, Tillian Buttons lyra. However, I have had my very first lyra all cut out and ready to go for about 4 weeks now, and it's still in the project bag, which is giving me a bit of a red flag, because I can't think why I haven't done it. I mean, there is a little bit of time, which might be why I haven't done it. But also, I don't know whether, again, I'm a bit frightened of it. A bit frightened to start it. But it is also quite expensive fabric that I'm using. So that might also be my fear. So I'm wondering whether if I cut it out in this first, this was £2.50 a metre. And, you know, if it doesn't go quite to plan with the bodice and stuff, I can just make a skirt out of it and just go with it. So, yeah. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? Or do you think I should save this for something completely different? So yeah. So there's I'm so excited by that fabric. I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm sure some people will go, oh my goodness, Sam, what is that? For me, I love it. I absolutely love it. So the next 2 lots of fabrics aren't for dressmaking. So as you can see, these have all been prepared. So these are cotton canvas, and they are 2 different blues roses. There's a navy rose and then there's a light blue rose, and they gave me real kind of Cath Kidston vibes. I don't know whether anyone agrees with me with that. And these are, I'm gonna say the C word, so if you feel offended in any way, then turn your volume down. Christmas. For Christmas, I am going to make my mum and my mother-in-law some canvas tote bags, because that's all they ever ask for. So they say, Sam, can you make me another? I've made them tote bags before. Can you make me another tote bag? And both of them love this Cath Kidston print. So I saw it in Pound Fabrics. It was £3 a metre, which is an absolute bargain for this type of fabric. I've got some very pretty kind of like ditzy print that will work well for lining. So yeah, so this is just going to get put away for a little while, but I know that I've got it then for Christmas presents for my mother and my mother-in-law. So yeah, look at me being organised. So that's cool. And then the second to last one is this, and it's just plain black cotton gauze. And again, because I'm trying to get fabrics that I will actually wear, and I have a lot of tops in my wardrobe, my ready to wear tops that are made from this material, and that are black. And so if I don't kind of replace them with something, I'm never going to be able to go completely me made. So yeah, I've just bought some black double gauze, and just to make some nice easy breezy type tops in. I bought 2 meters for now. They do this double gauze in lots of different colors, so I thought I'd just buy this because, again, I just wanted to check the quality of it. I've given it a wash. It feels lovely. So yeah, so that's that one. And then the last one was a bit of a punt. I wasn't entirely sure because I wasn't sure what the fabric was. And in fairness, I was a little bit drawn by the fact that it had stars on, and I'm a sucker for a star. So here it is. It is, now it says it's a jersey, but that's all the information it gives you. It says Lurex jersey. Now obviously it's got this Lurex running through it, but it's not particularly stretch. I mean, it's got a little bit of stretching, but it's not got a lot of stretching. So I have got 2 meters of this. And my first plan was to make like a Jackson pullover or something like that out of it, but I'm not 100% sure whether that will work. So if anyone's made with anything out of this type of fabric before, and you can advise me of how to use it, that would be great. But yeah, I mean, like, come on, just got to get these stars on your body, haven't you? They're just amazing. So yes. So that is my pound fabric haul. Oh my goodness, I've been talking for 22 minutes. I apologise so much. And if you're still here, thank you very much for listening to me. I appreciate you. So yeah, so that is my fabric haul. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make something with all of this. I'm not going to be able to make it up this month. I've got lots and lots of plans for this month, and that will be in another video. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I have bought this month. So what else is happening this month? Well, it is May, and if you can see behind me, just behind me here is a little sewing box with a bee on, and then on top are 3 little characters that you just might recognise. I'll bring them in so you can see them. So here is my little peg doll Esme, and my little peg doll Mr. Patrick Grant, and my little peg doll Sarah. So if you haven't guessed already, these are my sewing bee peg dolls. Now, my lovely friend Nikki, who I went to school with, actually, she has got a little Etsy shop online, and yeah, and she sells these peg dolls. She sells lots of idol peg dolls, but these are where I got them. So if you would like a set of peg dolls, then I will pop her link to her Etsy shop below, because I really do believe in supporting your sisters. So yeah, and aren't they great? They're just fabulous. I've also got a Joe Lycett as well, because I had them for the series that he was in, and so obviously now I've just got the Sarah to add to the new presenters. So yeah, so I just thought I'd share those with you, because is anyone else really excited about Sewing Bee? Because I am really excited about Sewing Bee. I'm really hoping that very, very soon they will release the date of when it's going to be aired so that I can plan, you know. I need to be, if it is going to be a Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I need to plan my Wednesdays, you know. It's going to be very important. So yeah, if anyone's as excited about it as me, then let me know and we'll definitely have a good old chat in the comments. So I hope I haven't kept you too long. I hope you're all really, really well, and I hope you have lots and lots of time for sewing this week, and I will see you really, really soon. Take care. Bye for now.